What if I told you that starting over after 40 can be the best thing that ever happens to you? And I know it doesn't feel that way when you're facing divorce, career setbacks, or a full-on identity crisis. I have been there. When my whole life collapsed, I thought it was all over for me. But what I discovered was very powerful. My breakdown was actually my biggest breakthrough. In this episode, I'll share 5 truths no one tells you about starting over after 40 and why this chapter can be the most exciting and liberating of all your entire life. Your 40s is really a reset button. I read a book by Louise Hay. It was very powerful. She said, life doesn't wind down after 40. Life wakes up after 40. Life gets real after 40. Life finally makes sense after 40. I fully agree. I think of my 40s as a graduation. At 45, I am graduating from caring what everyone thinks. I graduate from living by someone else's rules and measuring myself up to someone else's standards. I graduate from downplaying myself and accepting breadcrumbs. Honestly, I think the tragedy isn't reaching that age, 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond. The tragedy is reaching that age and realizing that you still live someone else's life. Whose life are you living? Ask yourself, whose voice is in your head telling you how you should live or behave? Is it your father's, your mother's, the society's? When are you going to live your life? All my life, I played small and accepted breadcrumbs. I grew up in Poland in the 90s. When I entered the workforce, huge unemployment everywhere. We were told we are so lucky to even have a job. I used to work as a TV producer. I was doing research and writing scripts for presenters. And then they were saying those words that I have written. And I was really good at this job. I never appreciated myself enough. But honestly, what I really wanted to do, I wanted to be a TV presenter. I wanted to write those words and then go and actually say them on air. But I never asked for it. I never went for it. I was quietly sitting there behind the scenes and dreaming about what I really want, but never done anything with it. This stayed with me forever. I squashed that dream. I squashed other dreams. I felt I was unworthy, small. Who am I to even ask? I gave up a lot of little dreams that I used to have. And perhaps that's why I also had my midlife crisis, which I consider my midlife breakthrough, where all these dreams squashed over the years together were rotting inside of me. And now finally I'm releasing that. And finally I'm living my truth. Let's think of our 40s not as the finishing line, but a launching pad. Your past wasn't a mistake. It was a preparation. All the time before now, you are not failing. You are gathering wisdom. Maybe your life before now was just a research phase. I think about mine this way. The failed relationships, they told us what love isn't. The career disappointments, they told us what doesn't fulfill us. And all the biggest life challenges, they told us what truly matters, right? We were really just learning, getting wiser, preparing for the life that is ahead of us. They told us what we don't want. So now we can claim what we really truly do want. How exciting is that? Own your story. All your triumphs, your mistakes, all of it. Release what doesn't serve you anymore. I think now at this age, we become truly aware that we are responsible for our lives. We cannot play victim anymore. All the choices we made before got us here, right? So if they got us here, now we can take ourselves anywhere we want. We just have to claim the responsibility for our lives. We can create the future we really truly desire. The power has always been ours. We just didn't realize it. Now it's the time to claim it. When my whole life fell apart, I saw it as a tremendous tragedy. I really thought it was all over for me. But then I stopped being a victim. And I asked myself, what is this situation teaching me? What is emerging through me that I could not see? Started seeing this horrible situation as a blessing in disguise. a massive opportunity to learn, a massive opportunity to grow, a massive opportunity to find my truth and to claim my truth. The point of power is always in the present moment. This became clear to me recently in my mid-40s. Up until now, I was always living either in the past, thinking about the past and dissecting what did I do wrong, or fearing the future. Never here, never now, never in the present. When I was in my 20s, I felt like I knew everything, right? We always feel like we know everything in our 20s. In my 30s, I realized that I did not know everything, but 40s, I came to realize that knowing is actually not the point, that being is the point, that living in my head is not the point, living from my heart is the point. Being here and now, being in the moment, living in the moment is the point. As I'm recording this video, I'm actually waiting on some very important news. And as I go through my day, I start to worry, because that's what I always did. I worried so much. But when I go into these worries, because that's how my mind is still programmed, I ask myself, I bring myself to the present moment, and I ask myself, okay, what is happening right now? Right now, I am safe. Right now, all my needs are met. At this very hour, all my needs are met. Right now, it's a beautiful day outside. And right now, I have a freedom to embrace it. You see, this is the thing. The only place to create change is from the present moment. The past is done. I remind myself about this every day because I get flashbacks from the past a lot. And every time that happens, I remind myself, this past is done, it is dead. It's only alive in my head and in my thoughts. And I have a power to choose my thoughts. I am aware that I have a superpower. And that superpower is the power of now, the power of choice. And from that, my amazing future is going to be created. And you have the same power. You can create your own future. Every day I affirm, life begins for me today. Every day my life gets better. I affirm in front of the mirror. And at the beginning, I didn't believe it, but I started to believe in it, and now I'm certain about it. Your moment of power has always been this one. This brings me to the next point, the truth I have discovered. When you change your thoughts, you change your world. What thoughts are you thinking about your age? What thoughts are you thinking about yourself? What thoughts are you thinking about your future? Are they thoughts of endings or beginnings? I am at peace with my age. Say it out loud to yourself in front of the mirror, even if you don't believe in it, and especially actually if you don't believe in it. Negative thoughts are just thoughts. They're not facts. They're not destiny. They're just some unhelpful mental habits that no longer serve us. You get to choose your thoughts. No one else can do this for you. That's also your superpower. Old conditioning doesn't define our future. Separating myself from my thoughts and seeing them for what they really are, thoughts, became super liberating for me. I see them now as clouds on the sky. They pass. I don't engage with them too much. And if I do engage, this is what I do. Let's say I have those negative thoughts. What if this worst case scenario will happen? Normally, I would just go into it with details. As if I worried hard enough, it's not going to happen. So what if this worst case scenario will happen? Well, what if this best case scenario will happen, right? And I go with that. I engage with the best case scenario that can happen and really go into details. What would it look like? What would it feel like? What would it say? Where would I be? How would I react? It changes everything. If we are in a similar situation and it works for me, chances are it's going to work for you. Self-love is a new standard. We have all heard that love is the most powerful healing force that there is. But self-love is the foundation of it. And yet, self-love can be the hardest love of all. Self-love isn't selfish. It is absolutely essential. It is a root from which everything else grows. Do you truly love yourself? Or are you like I used to be, downplaying my abilities, shrinking myself, apologizing for taking space? I approve of myself. This simple affirmation was revolutionary for me. Do you approve of yourself? When you do approve of yourself, you stop seeking approval. You stop seeking validation because you validate yourself. Every morning, I look in the mirror and I say to myself, I love you. I'm learning to love you more and more every day. This simple practice is super challenging, but it's changing a lot for me. It really reconnected me with my soul and what was my soul calling me to do? I started trusting my inner wisdom. Trust your inner wisdom. It's really important. I think that a very big part of it is forgiveness. Forgiving others and forgiving myself. Forgiving others is hard, but you do it for yourself. Forgive them, all of them. They are free and you are free. Forgive them for yourself. You deserve respect. You deserve peace. And forgive yourself for all your mistakes. Release the past. You can't enter this new chapter of your life and expect it to be amazing if you're holding on to the years of anger, resentment. I've heard it's literally like drinking a poison and expect others to die. Practicing self-love was a massive revelation to me. And I'm going to make a separate video about this because I have discovered so much. I haven't realized before how poorly I spoke to myself and how poorly I thought about myself. And I haven't realized how much I was seeking external validation. So here are those 5 truths I have learned. I've learned the hard way, but knowing this is extremely liberating. What is coming next in your life is entirely up to you. This is the gift, the power, and the promise of your 40s. Your new life is waiting. On the other side of fear, on the other side of doubt, on the other side of all the lies you heard and believed, like you are too old, not good enough, etc. My life gets better all the time. Say it to yourself every day. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon.